Hey everyone, welcome to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Sonofasilverstacker. Today's date is the 29th of October 2025, and in this video, we're going to be covering US Mint sales. Why? Because they're vital to numismatists, flippers, and investors to determine mintages and demand. Now, before any of that though, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. You can check it out in the Google machine. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now let's bounce over to Money Metals. I can show you those live spot prices. Looks like everything is green this morning. So gold's up 63.20 to 40.2975. Silver up $1.16 to 48.43. Platinum up 22.60 to 16.1985. Palladium up 12.45 to 14.3650. And Dr. Copper over here up 5 cents, 1 nickel to 5.22 per pound. Over here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $10.49 for a quantity of 1 through 39. They ask that you pay $58.92. And are we headed to $60 again? I think so. Sure looks like it. Now over here, this is the buyback. The sell to them price is $49.88, and that is definitely above the silver spot at $48.43. Now over here to coinnews.net, there's an article by Mike Unser dated October 28, 2025. Title of this article is U.S. Mint Sales 2025 Althea Gibson quarter opens with 1.54 million. Yeah, that's a big number for a quarter this year. Now, you won't even believe some of the things we're looking at here for the American women quarters. And I had to look it up. And it's not this year's quarter. It's one of last year's quarter, the Zitkala-Ša quarter. It's quite remarkable. All right, it says here, the United States Mint released numismatic sales figures for the week ending October 26, providing the first results for its newest products featuring 2025 Althea Gibson quarter. And that's her right there standing at the net. And she's got the racket. Remember, there's that new air that our friend Mickey Minsky found right here. This is the air right here. It's the racket smash air. And there's now, it looks like, 3 different sales from 3 different sellers. That's kind of remarkable. So check your quarters if you've opened them up. It says here the Gibson quarter represents the 20th and final release in the U.S. Mint's 4-year 20-coin program honoring the achievements of American women. Now, folks, let me ask you a question. Would you rather have like an America the Beautiful program or the state quarter program where it has, 10, 12 years of quarters? Or are you happier with a shorter program like this, 4 short years? It's like a high school career or a super motivated college kid. I think these are better. And I hope that the United States Mint actually does or keeps 3 to 4 year programs going in the future. I think that would be fantastic. All right, let's keep on keeping on here. It says here, in its opening days, combined sales of rolls and bags containing the new quarter totaled 1.53 million coins. All told, the Gibson quarter start ranks near the middle among 2025 releases and below the first reported sales totals of last year's quarter. So yeah, they're diminishing. Even though it's the last of the quarter series, it doesn't look like it was like as hot as the very first of the women's quarter series featuring Maya Angelou with that "Why Does the Caged Bird Sing?" That's some interesting stuff right there. For comparison, 2025's first quarter honoring Ida B. Wells opened with sales of 1.69 million. All right, coins. The second celebrating Julia Gordon-Low, and that's actually the highest selling quarter out of all of them so far. It's quite remarkable. Began with 1.8 million coins. The third commemorating Dr. Vera Rubin, that's my favorite design, with 1.5 million, and the fourth honoring Stacey Park Milburn debuted with 1.475 million coins. Last year's releases all saw stronger openings. The 2024 quarters honoring Celia Cruz, Dr. Mary Edwards Walker, Patsy Takemoto Mink, Reverend Dr. Polly Murray, and Zitkala-Ša debuted with respective sales 1.9, 1.8, 1.92 million right there, remarkable, and 1.6. So looks like we had a winner chicken dinner last year compared to the sales this year. Look at 1.5, 1.4. It's just not the same. Meanwhile, 8 products showed weekly declines. There you go. I really do believe these 8 products here, they're getting ready for that yard sale the Cyber Monday sale coming up here shortly. And can't wait to see if they come up with any Morgan dollars from 2021, even though we're 4 years removed, up from 5 in the previous report. All right, all decreases, but 3 were modest. Oh, and this is, yeah, this, the comic art coin and metal program. It's really sad. It's true. I thought it would be a hit. I don't think it's a hit at all. And I'm interested to see what the Wonder Woman sales are going to be like, because if they're anything like the Batman metal and coin, yeah, this coin program is a flop. FLOP. No doubt about it. Now it says here the 2025 Superman 1 ounce silver medal fell by 1879, another large drop, while the 2025 Mighty Minters ornament and the 2025 U.S. Mint ornament registered respective drops of 130 and 177. Again, for record-keeping purposes, the 2025 silver proof set logged its 10th consecutive weekly decline, though it slipped by only 4 units. That's remarkable, folks, right there. It's something that I don't even think the U.S. Mint saw coming. They have the proof set, the silver proof set, and now, if you go to the Mint's product page, I believe it is over here. No, well, I don't actually have that up, but they took off the 2-coin reverse proof Morgan and Peace dollar. That doesn't even have a date yet, and that one is minted out of San Francisco, California. That's where the other sets were minted from, and that had problems. Remember, something's up at the San Francisco Mint. They're really, and it begs the question, what are those reverse proof American Innovation dollars going to look like? Oh boy, can't wait to find out. So we don't have a date yet, not even a season for the 2-coin reverse proof set. That's something else, folks. Yeah, what's going on in San Francisco? All right, U.S. Mint's top sellers. Below is the roster of the U.S. Mint's most sought-after numismatic products for the week ending October 26th, and they have 11 here. And there's a good reason here. It's number 2 with an asterisk. Now, number 1 is the PDS, the 3-roll set featuring Althea Gibson quarters, sold 9,626. And I do believe some of these numbers are going to be adjusted downward. Number 2 is the 2024 Denver Zitkala-Ša quarters in the 100-coin bags, sold 5,501. Do you even believe that, folks? To the new total after that sale of 5,500 is now 6,810. It's got an asterisk there, and let's find out what the asterisk means here. It's kind of like a legend as to what's going on. The Mint reported 5,501 increase in 100-coin bags of the 2024 D Zitkala-Ša quarters is highly unusual and may very well see a downward correction in a future report. And I went over to the United States Mint's webpage, and they have here the product limit of 8,250. It is still available at $47.25 for that 100-coin bag, and there is the design right there. So did the Mint actually sell 5,501 out of how many? Yeah, look at that, 8,250. I don't know. But if they did, what is up with that? Who bought all those? That is something else. Now, number 3 is the 2025 Mint set featuring, that's right, the last of the Lincoln set, or so we're told, and the last of the Kennedy half dollar, facing west and looking left, and the last of that reverse, the heraldic eagle. They sold 3,352 for a grand total of 168,335. And remember, the stated product limit on that one is 190,000. So we're really getting close, especially if sales keep rocking at 3,000. I think we were at 2,500 last week. So it's definitely increasing. Number 4 is the P&D Althea Gibson quarter 2-roll set, sold 2016. Number 5 is the Althea Gibson from Philadelphia 100-coin bag, sold 1336. Yeah, yeah, P 100-coin bag, 1336 compared to the Zitkala-Ša 5,500. It doesn't even add up. And if it does, if those are real sales, we are in for an explanation, right? Who's buying these things? Number 6 is the 2025 West Point Proof Silver Eagle, sold 950. That's the flagship Silver Eagle. That's really not great, because if you look at sales for the other American Silver Eagles from West Point, New York, the flagship Eagle, they're like 400,000. So this is a really lean year for the United States Mint West Point Proof Silver Eagle. And it begs the question, what if the United States Mint, how they're right-sizing their mintages to meet the sales? Well, what if next year's Proof Silver Eagle out of West Point, New York, only has a mintage limit of 250,000 or so, or 245? That would be something else. That's definitely going to be a winner chicken dinner. And what happens to the remaining inventory? Would they end up, putting these in the melter, the smelter, to could you imagine? They're like, yeah, we got about 100,000 ounces just sitting there on the shelves collecting dust in Texas. What we'd like to do is ship them to the refinery and have them melted down and turn them into 2026 products, because we don't want to pay all these excruciatingly high prices for silver right now. That would be something. And then there would be the mintage right there. They'd lock it in at about 240,000. Now, number 7 is the 2025 D Althea Gibson quarters in the 100 coin bag, sold 872. Number 8 is the 2025 Philadelphia Struck Proof Marine Corps 250th anniversary silver dollar. That's the commemorative, folks, because we're not at that Marine Corps Privy Mark selling November 10th. Not yet. But we have less than, 2 weeks, I think. Now they sold 842 to 47,339, and that is a winner chicken dinner commemorative program. Outstanding choice by the CCAC. They got some really good designs there. Number 9 is the 2025 San Francisco Proof Morgan silver dollar, sold in even Steven 600 there to 124,492. Number 10 spot is taken by the American Innovation dollar from 2025, sold 544. And it's too bad they don't have the mint that these were struck. That's a shame. Sold 544 to 50,137. I think out of 65 or 62,000 is the stated product limit on that one. And then the number 11 spots taken by the San Francisco Proof Peace Dollar from this year, sold 535 for 113,000. Now, looking at all of these 11, I think we drop below 4 digits here between the 5th and the 6th spot. So number 5 has sold 1,336. That's not that bad, actually. That's decent sales for the United States Mint. If we were in the 3-digit, like 500, 600 here at the 5th spot, I'd say that things are slowing down. But it looks pretty solid here. Now, let's go here in this latest report. The Mint published sales data for 607 numismatic products. 3 products saw week-over-week gains of more than 1,000 units, the same as previously. U.S. Mint sales momentum increased with 109 products, surpassing their previous gains, up from 75 in the prior week there. Yeah, that's huge. 109 now to 75 last week. They definitely are ramping up sales. Now, below our table is showing the latest available sales for U.S. Mint numismatic products. The sales period covers from October 20 to 26. Product with an asterisk are no longer available or had no reported sales. That is something. Okay, look at this program. Pardon me, my bad. All right, now, 2025 commemorative coins, an increase of 1%. And here we are almost coming up at the end of this particular program. I think the United States Mint will end its commemorative coins for 2025. The sales are going to end the sales, not necessarily on January 1st or December 31st, but probably December 26, 27, before the New Year's even comes, or the last day of December comes. Look at this, almost a 2% increase on that proof silver dollar. That's remarkable. 1.36% for the uncirculated silver dollar, 1% for that half dollar there. So yeah, definitely, in my opinion, this was a winner chicken dinner. Let's see here, 2024 commemorative coins. Here we go, Morgan and Peace silver dollars. And you know what's interesting about the Morgan and Peace silver dollars? They outsell. They really are. I mean, if you added them all up, right? If you added all these up, they outsell the American Silver Eagles. And that's the flagship product for the United States Mint. And what's interesting, this isn't even a whole ounce of silver. Well, it's pure silver, right? 3/9's fine, but it's not a whole ounce of silver, even though it's just about the same price as an American Silver Eagle. And basically, to me, that says that people would rather have a cool design, less silver, even though it's in 3/9's fine, and pay the same price if it's a cooler design. They're willing to pay the same amount for less silver. That's remarkable. Let's keep on keeping on. And none of them here, right? None of them are even close to 1%. I think the closest we get is 40.48%. Yeah, 0.5% higher. Oh, yeah, I feel bad for the United States Mint. I feel bad for the people involved in this program, because I really wanted this particular program to take off and be, such an outstanding program, and it just didn't take off for anything. And to see negative 1879, almost a 6.5% decrease in just the volume of the sales they already had for the Superman 1-ounce silver medal is tragedy. It's a bummer in the summer. And I think the problem is, the Mint already has high enough prices as it is. And, the premium on silver is outrageous. And then you compound that with the fact that they got to pay licensing fees to DC. It just really made this program unobtainable for a lot of people who really, isn't this for the kids? I mean, what kids are going to be spending hundreds of dollars on silver coins and, or thousands of dollars on a gold coin. Did I say silver coin? I meant silver metal. If I did, I apologize. Yeah, it's not realistic. And it wasn't realistic. And is this for, 50-year-old kids, who didn't have a childhood or want to relive their childhood? It could be, right? But it does have a 2.24% increase of 194 for the Batman 1 ounce silver medal. And, I think their designs are really cool. I mean, I'd probably pay. I bought the Silverman 2.5 ounce medal for my son. That's part of this right here out of the third. I'm one of those 13,527, but ultimately, it doesn't add up. I mean, and if it doesn't add up, and if it doesn't make sense, people aren't going to be buying it. I mean, I look at this number here for the gold coin. 2005 of the Batman coin were sold in the silver. Look at this. The Superman gold coin, yeah, 6,000, 3 times more of the Superman gold coin have been sold than the Batman. And here we go with the 2.5 ounce silver medal. Yeah, about 7,000 and 13,500 for the 2.5, just about double, right? And then look at this. This is the one that really is the screamer here. Under 10,000 of the 1 ounce silver medal. That's the most obtainable out of all of them. And I don't want to say most reasonably priced, because I don't believe it is. And you compare that, 8,000 to 26,000? Yeah, definitely 3 times less. It's sad. Bummer in the summer for that program. And I just hope that something happens where these comic art coin and metal program, and look, it goes till 2027. They're going to have 9 designs total. So this list here that we see is going to more than double, right? It's got just the six here, and then we still have the Wonder Woman coins and medals to come out right there, another 3, and then 3 next year, and then 3 in 2027. And what are those numbers going to look like? Unless everybody wins the lottery, I don't see this changing that much. I think we're going to still see those same numbers. And you know what I haven't checked is the resale on eBay on these particular coins and metals either. All right, the 25th anniversary Sacagawea gold dollar coin lost 2. Flowing Hair, Liberty and Britannia, Armed Forces silver medal. Yep, look at this. The Navy, right? The U.S. Navy 1 ounce silver medal. And I gotta say that I bet some of these, right, have been purchased to be a complimentary medal to the Navy, Army, the Navy Privy Mark American Silver Eagle. But I also believe that some of these may have been purchased by mistake. And Army lost to Navy, and Marines lost to Navy again. Navy's got some strong sales there. My brother, who's lieutenant commander in the Navy, would be proud of his Navy squids. Sorry, I had to. Army talk there. American Liberty products. We got 168 American Liberty gold coins that were sold. Stated product limit on that one is 12,000. That's definitely looks like there's some more availability there. Probably less than 100 and about 153 or so. And that's a 1.44% increase there. But look at this. The American Liberty silver medal, the one that sold half of the stated product limit, 60,000. They didn't even reach 30,000. They got close. But look at this, -6 there for 29,927. And then the American Liberty silver medal from 2023 with the Liberty, with the what is it, the bristlecone pine? Yeah, sold 48. And look at this, the 2018 West Point proof Liberty gold coin. Bam, 50 sold. That's remarkable. All right, clad proof sets. Yeah, it's something else that we haven't got any more of these, less or more, but it's that toning. It's that San Francisco mint. And it's not been a treat for a lot of people unless you bought it and there's no toning, because those sets are selling for more than the limited edition silverproof set. Some of those sales are about $350 to $375 on eBay for the silverproof set, not the clad. The clad's almost selling for $100 now. Yeah, $75 to $90 on the clad proof set, and that is quite something. Look at increase here, 1.1% here for the American Innovation dollar proof set. Not bad for the innovation set there. Let's keep on keeping on. Yep, look at the silver proof set, lost 4. New total for sales is 113,773. And like I said, this is about a $350 set when it was $150. So that's $200 over the retail price. That is something to talk about, something to brag about, I guess, if you're into bragging. Let's keep on keeping on here. That was the silver proof sets. You've got the American Women Quarters from 2025. They sold under what the stated product limit on that one was. They probably had some toning issues on that one. Same with the proof American Women Quarters, just the clad proof, and that is right here. Oh, look at that. They sold 15, but I know it is, I seen it. It is unavailable. So I don't know where those came from, but whoever got those, hopefully they're beautiful. That'd be nice. No toning, please. All right, look at that. U.S. Mint uncirculated set sold 3,352 for a 2.03% increase. That is something else. That's incredible, folks. Sorry, asthma's terrible today. It really is. Don't be. I'm not proud of it. All right, 2.03% gain loss, 3,352, and it contains the, like I said, the last, as we know it, at least so we're told. And the Mint really hasn't come out and said anything officially about the Lincoln cent. We have heard rumors that they're only going to be produced this year, and that's it, and they've stopped making them. But we've also heard that they're going to stop making them in the very first couple months of 2026. And honestly, for circulation, that is. Now, for the numismatic products, I do believe they will be made for numismatic products. However, we don't know for sure about either one of those because the Mint hasn't officially come out and said, yep, this is what we're going to do. She gave a wink and a nod. That's the acting Mint director, Christy McNally. She gave a wink and a nod to numismatists about the 2026 Lincoln cent, but it wasn't an official, like, hey, this is really what's going down. I would really like to see a press release or something stating officially that we are keeping this for numismatic products, but we're not going to have it for, your bank wrap rolls that you would typically see out in the wild. All right, let's see here. Oh, look at that. The ornaments. I figured that would happen. The ornaments lost about 6%. 5.5% there for the U.S. Mint ornament, Mighty Minter's ornament. And remember, this is the last year of ornaments that the United States is making. So the right here, the American Women Quarters and the Mighty Minter's ornament and the U.S. Mint ornament, they are gonzo after this year. They're not making any more of them as far as we know. So that's going to be interesting to find out if those generate more sales. Now, here we go. Proof and reverse proof silver eagles. And remember I said, check out the numbers between the Morgan and Peace dollars and check out the sales for the American Silver Eagles. They're not even close, right? 950 was the big boy there. All right, look at this laser engraved silver eagle. I think that's a sleeper, and I know a lot of people beg to differ that nobody wants that one. They can't give it away, and that's how generally it works in the beginning. If you picked up a Princess Leia from 1977, none of the boys wanted Princess Leia. They wanted Chewbacca, Han Solo. They wanted Darth Vader, and those action figures sold. And then, bam, it turns out that the Princess Leia one is worth good money because it wasn't sold in the volumes, and nobody wanted it, right? So I think that's a sleeper hit, and it is the least sold one. Mintage sold same in Mint's eyes, 99,747 for the Army Privy. You're looking at 99,215 for the laser engraved silver eagle, and I think that was supposed to be the first one because that one has Miss Ventress Gibson's signature on it. But that was not the first one that dropped this year. It was the Army, and that one has the acting Mint director Christy McNally's signature on it. And then the most recent one is 99,236, and that one sold 28 of them last week. And if you got one of those 28, you're amazing because those are really a tough pull. You got to be quick, fast as lightning to complete that transaction. And that was a 0.03% increase for the sales there, 99,236. Let's keep on keeping on uncirculated silver eagles. So 210 of the 2025 West Point uncirculated, 17 of the 27, 26 for 2023, and 22 for 2022. They sold 28. And what's remarkable about this is that, well, they're still available. And you'd think that, and here's the Mint did the right sizing, right? Because look at this. They made the mintages 90,000 for this, and that right sizes to the 2024 sales at 94,000. And look, think about this. If they have 150,000 of these bad boys sitting, and I think this is what the Mint's going to do this year because silver is getting so expensive. I think they're going to actually take some of these American Silver Eagles and melt them down. Let's say there's 150,000 of these 2024 sitting on the shelves collecting dust in Texas. Yeah, why not just take the remainder, melt them down, and turn them into 2026 products? Same thing for 23, same thing for 2022. And maybe there's more bulk sets sitting there that we don't know about. Maybe they haven't reached their limits either. So there could be easily those melted down to turn into 2026 products. And that would save the mint a good bit of money. I think that's melting them down would be less expensive than procuring new silver products at this particular price here, near $50 an ounce. And at what point did the United States Mint buy the silver for 2026 products? I do not know. Now look at this, Proof American Eagle Gold coins. Yeah, they're pretty solid gains each and every single week, right? I mean, every single week we saw about a 1% increase for these gold coins. But if you compare and contrast that to last year's, well, last year has more sales than this year. Look at this quarter ounce right here, right? 2,778 compared to what? Yeah, last year's 5,436. The 1/10 ounce that has a 1.24% increase, 7,122 for 2025. But look at this for 2024. 11,500. Yeah, that's a good bit more. 4,500 or 4,400 and change. That's remarkable. Something else there. So gold sales are light this year, even though we see pretty much a 1% increase each and every single week. Let's keep on keeping on. Yeah, I can't believe it's 25 minutes in. Proof American Bison or Buffalo Gold coins, whatever you like to say. Sold 35 of those from 2025 for a 0.55% increase. Love those coins. Proof American Platinum Eagles there. You got 25 sold for a 0.55 increase there. And the American Palladium Eagle, that's that 2025. West Point Reverse Proof sold 3,991. And I don't know what those are selling for on the secondary market. I mean, after Palladium and Platinum took those hits, it's definitely, a lot more than we saw. Remember, like these were like $800, $900 less than a year ago now. And look at the price now. It's remarkable. Presidential silver medals, not going to go over that. American Innovation Reverse Proof sets, 74. Can't wait to see the sales for the next reverse proof set. American Innovation Texas sold one 25 coin roll set from Denver. That's remarkable. Look at this. They're gonzo out of Texas and Florida. They're no longer available. That's it. That's all you got. And if you got some, you should congratulate yourself. And I think this is pretty much one of the only products that sells out that's not a special issue. It's like this is an annual program, right? It goes from 2018 to 2032. And this one consistently sells out each and every single year. You have pretty much a limited mintage from Denver and Philadelphia. And I think this is a very special program. I really do. And I think next year's coins for 2026, is particularly that Steve Jobs coin, is going to put this particular program on the map. I really do. Michigan, there's a few of those left. Arkansas, a few of those left there. Imagine 7,800. So about 1,000 there, 1,000 here, less than 1,000 for these. Yeah, American Innovation, Missouri, Maine, and then you get to 2024 over here at Alabama. That's the Rocket coin. That one's gonzo. Illinois, Mississippi, Indiana gone. That's the race car coin. Louisiana, Higgins boat. You got the Underground Railroad in Ohio. It's like a quilt work of the American experience. It tells us all about the United States through all of these designs. It's fantastic. It's something to be proud about for your country. Rhode Island, Vermont, North Carolina, New York, Virginia, New Hampshire, and so on and so forth. Outstanding coins. Let's keep on keeping on. Here we go. This is the George Herbert Walker Bush coin and chronicle set. They sold 8, and that one's probably going to be around for years and years. Let's keep on keeping on. Native American dollar rolls, nothing to speak of here except for this one here. Sold 14. They got 13 on the other 100 coin bag from Philly, 14 from Denver. Nothing really going on there. No sales for the Kennedy half dollars. Can't wait for the half dollars from next year. Those are going to be something. Those are 1 year only. And then here we go with the Stacey Park Milburn quarters. Here's the Althea Gibson, right? They sold 9,626. If you compare and contrast that to Stacey Park Milburn here, and this is a 3-roll set, 9,075. All right, 9,612. Wait a minute. So you're telling me the Althea Gibson quarters in the 3-roll set have outsold Stacey Park Milburn and Dr. Vera Rubin, and not necessarily Juliet Gordon-Low. That's 10,800. That's about 1,000 more than the counterparts here. But I think these numbers are a bit high, and I think there's going to be a revision downward. The 2-roll set 2016, that sold more than Stacey Park Milburn, and then here just a little bit over 2,133 here, but 3,691 for Juliet Gordon-Low. And I got to tell you, one thing about this particular program, I got to find out about all these American women, and I found out that I'm related to Juliet Gordon-Low through the Kinsey family. That's remarkable also. or outstanding or incredible, whatever's there. But look at this, whammo! Yeah, 420% increase here for the 2024 Zitkala-Ša quarters. They went from 1,309 100 coin bags out of Denver sold to 6,810. How is that even possible? What? And look at this. The other American Women quarters, yeah, 1,174. This is from 2024 Celia Cruz, 2,626. Look at this, 1,813 here, 972 there. So, folks, let me ask you a question. Do you think these are the real deal sales, or is it just like oops, somebody fat fingered the keyboard and then they have pressed the wrong button? Maybe it was only, maybe one they sold, or maybe 5 they sold, right? Or maybe, just maybe, this is the true and accurate numbers, and that's how many they sold. Wouldn't that be something? And what would be the reason behind those sales if that were true and correct, those numbers? That's something else. So think about that. Now let's go to the +1 action. Bingo. This is Proverb 27, number 1. And it says, do not boast about tomorrow, for you know not what a day may bring. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, I got a problem with this one. Oh man, it's like my big mouth won't stop sometimes. And then I'm going to do this, and then it doesn't happen. And I'm like, oh, I should just zip it, zip. Plans often fail, and that's actually a good thing. What? How's that even possible? Well, because it helps us foster humility and acts as an acknowledgement of our limited control over the future. Live in the present, recognize that the future is uncertain, and approach it with humility, not with boastful certainty. Life, like a vapor, appears briefly and then vanishes, cautioning us against assuming we have more time than we do. Yeah, that's it. It's like a vapor, here today, gone tomorrow. So live for today. That's what it says here, right? Live in the present. Live right now. Recognize the future is uncertain and approach it with humility. Now over here to 395 99.9 KOI and Coin News Radio. This is Led Zeppelin, When the Levee Breaks. That's a profound statement. Think about the implications there. Now that this is it, this is the end. Appreciate you listening this long. 31 minutes, 32 minutes in. I can't even believe it. I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free? Well, that's going to be membership. And it's $1.99 per month. And I'm not rounding up to $2. I'm sorry. Somebody said that in the comments yesterday. I thought that was funny. So whoever you were, thank you for that. That was epic. So yeah, it's $1.99 a month. It's the price of a cheap cup of coffee or an inexpensive cup of coffee, whatever adjective you like to throw in there. And it's about 6.6 cents per video on a 30-day calendar month. In a 31 calendar month, it's a little less, but not much. 6.6 cents. Is that a rounding down? Yeah, it's like 6.5 cents, right? So y'all have a great, what is it? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Taco Tuesday was yesterday, and my Dodgers lost. It was bad. I think Shohei Ohtani was tired. I really do. I said that before the game yesterday. I'm like, I think he's got bags under his eyes. He didn't look too spry, if that's a apt word. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day. Stacker out.